That might make a cool little axle for our project right there. That's I don't know. I don't remember exactly what that came off of, but it's a shortened little hot rod style axle. I kind of remember that. That'd make a cool axle for the hot rod. Get a tape measure and one of these little things. Let's see what kind of wheel pattern we got there. Let me see now. This refrigerator is almost about 31 inches. Man, that would come pretty close. You stick out a little on both sides, but still, that's pretty nice. Let's see what we got for lug pattern here. I don't know if we can get these things off. We might not be able to, but I might can tell like this. Well, it's darn close. See if I got that long axle right under there, but it'd look cooler if I could use this axle, because it's the right kind of axle for a project like this. So if this won't fit it, that means this is a Chevy wheel, because this is a Ford to Chevy adapter here. So let's get that axle up on a stool. I say a stool. Let's set up a couple of these things. Well, it's about to rain. I need to get the rat rod in, so I think I better drag this out here. Get the rat rod in, and I'll bring it back. Not to ever hurt the rat rod too much to get rained on. Put it waterproof. Or sit down on a wet seat later. I don't know what I mean. I can pull this in here. Sit that up behind it. It has, like they all do, spindles and hubs. It has, this front end will have kingpins in it and the whole 9 yards, which none of that I should be very interested in. What I don't want to happen, I need to stabilize the front tires so that they don't turn, because on a trailer all I needed to do is just ride. And I thought about making a tie rod in to go from here to here, and then tying that off. Seems like a lot of unnecessary work. I thought about just going in and welding the kingpins, but if I did that, I kind of ruined this for anybody that ever wanted to use this for a street rod in the future. I noticed that from this point, and it's a pretty heavy point, looks like someone torched off the end of that. I'm guessing that had like, maybe that was a radius rod or something, but it's about that far to sit level with the axle. And I've got this metal here. This is a 1/4 inch thick piece of steel. I could cut me a little piece that long for each side and weld it from this point to this point. That would keep these wheels from turning. It would keep me from damaging the kingpins and everything, and you know, kind of not have this rod, because if I put that rod across there, that's one piece of metal, one more piece of metal that's in the way. So for a trailer axle, this would seem to be the easiest and the least destructive way, is to tie it with a piece almost right about there. So that's what I think I'm going to do, is cut me 2 pieces of this 1/4 inch metal, weld them one on each side here to stabilize those front wheels. I believe these hubs are going to fit these wheels. These are Chevy wheels. I believe these are Chevy hubs. I tried to put the Ford adapter on here the other day. It was a little too small, the Ford to Chevy, so I'm thinking those are probably Chevy hubs. Right now they're frozen, but I'm pretty sure if I loosen this and get some oil in there, I can unfreeze them. These lug nuts are probably stuck on, but I can probably get them loose. I've got some lug nuts over here, and I could probably grease up and get them working. I may want to pop this off and take the brake drums and everything out of here. That way I don't have that much less stuff to haul around, and I don't have to worry about those brake drums freezing against the hubs or something like that. So I think I'm going to do that. There is an option to narrow this a little, but as I had it figured out yesterday, that refrigerator would sit just about here on this side to just about here on this side, which means this much would be sticking out. These wheels sink in a little. If I wanted to have those wheels right up against the trailer, I believe I could literally reverse them, put this side in, and I believe that would bring that wheel right up to about here, which gets it pretty close to being right up against the refrigerator. Or if I leave them out here, I've got some room, you know, I got some tire sitting out here a little further. All of those are things I can look at. This is the back side of that wheel. Well, not particularly pretty from that side, but it would do for a trailer. So all of that's for in the future. My thinking is, if I do a little work here and get this sort of started, when Luke comes down, whatever we do with it after that, I'll have a head start on making this little trailer thing. So that's what I'm shooting for. The idea for this is to have this be a trailer that I pull behind the hot rod. And my thinking on that is, if I wanted to go to a car show and carry a little tent, sometimes we like a little shade tent, and a cooler and a spare tire and a couple of chairs to sit on. No place really to put them there, but I could put in here. I could put a spare tire down in that hole. I test fitted it once and made sure that one would fit in it. I could put a couple chairs and a cooler inside this part. My tent I could just toss over the top. It's optional whether I want to have this door or not. I could put this door back together and put it on the top so I could close it up and then open it to get my chairs and my cooler and everything out. So that's kind of where we're going with this. There is an old mock-up that me and Luke did of putting this together and putting these old Rockney fenders on it. That I've got one of them is right here, and that is something to consider. One possibility to consider. It certainly would make it look cool, but we'll figure that out as we go. So that's what I'm up to today.